hunts. Whole team counting as a big number.
Blow your mind.
Why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Yeah. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Yeah. Go yo, then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello? That's the check calling. Let me click over real quick to let my check talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man. That's the way my neck talking. Right? I ain't never coming back. The way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad. But I'm past that. But an ass back, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit. I'm glad when the check missed the direct hit. I'm sad like, who's that knocking at my window?
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The folks around the stadium clad in silver and black going to make every last game played in Oakland count. They're ready to go as their Raiders get set to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
What now? 90. 59.
Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Hey, we're good. 180.
Throwing now is Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. 12 yards there and a first down. Second year in Oakland for Waller after being signed off the Ravens practice squad, but only 6 catches, 75 yards a season ago. Then he got a lot of hype in the offseason following OTAs. Their offensive coordinator saying, you know, Darren, you have that position. Coach Gruden went as far as to say, Darren, you have the chance of a lifetime here. Well, now it's time for Darren Waller to go out there and prove it. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. They'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That good for 22 and a first down.
Dance class, anyone? Did you see the steps between the quarterback and the running back on that counter play?
That's what you need for a good counter.
You have to have it because you're setting up your blocking. There's a timing element as well. But they have to marry up their steps. Otherwise, that timing gets thrown out the window.
Timing was great there and a big run. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
39-yard line.
Now, 280.
And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. And I'm coming after you. 36.
Come back down.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag. but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They'll run the counter with Collins. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On second down, Jacobs. Open space inside the 10. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Trying to punch it in with Collins. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Alex Collins, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
On the return, the Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Credit the sack there to Arden Key.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now, after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
They're running it. At 25 to Mike. Hello. No chance. Let's get it now. Let's get it right now.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 15 yards on the play. First down.
First down, Kansas City.
Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Completes it to Hardman. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 7 yards there and a first down. Hardman, the second-round pick out of Georgia, really showcased his speed at the Combine, running a 4.3 340, and should help give Patrick Mahomes another versatile playmaker to work with at the receiver position. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Now they'll try and run the sweep to McCoy. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And the Raiders have got him.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. Third and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. On third and long, it's Mahomes. He's going to fire one deep. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
On second down, it's Jacobs. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs. Give him a couple on the carry there, second and 8.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Darren Waller. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. First and 10. A first down run not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up second and 9.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught inside the 25. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 61 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Williams will try again. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Mahomes takes it himself. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Damian Williams, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they are now on the board here in the first half. So they went for it from the 1 on 4th and goal, and they got it done.
Is this the new NFL?
This is the new NFL.
This is the updated NFL, and I like it. I know that quarterbacks across the league have spent the entire offseason and even during the season lobbying their coaches to go for it more on 4th down. Let's go get it. Because nowadays, you've got to score points to win games in the NFL. You can't just rely on your defense to hold them.
I think the quarterbacks want to eliminate field goals inside of 30 yards, probably.
Well, listen, they have enough confidence in themselves that they can call plays and make plays that they won't need those field goals inside the 30.
On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Check 4, Purdue. 29. 53. 59.
From the 29, Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zay Jones that time. And now it's 3rd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. On first down, Jacobs. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Throwing on 2nd down, Carr. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on third down. Shotgun now for Carr. Pryor has it complete. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be fourth down. Here's the Raiders punter now. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And fights through one man. There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Wow, sensational 95 yards on the punt return, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Point after, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Tyrell Williams, 77 yards. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
Yellow. RJEEZY. Who was at 43?
On play action, it's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
Fire down these two. Fire down these two. 180.
Mahomes now on first down. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. To throw again on second down. Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Mahomes to throw once more. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender is making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Butker, what a pickup he's been for Kansas City the last 2 years. Remember, he was drafted by Carolina to be the eventual successor to Graham Gano. That didn't pan out. Casey got him as a free agent. He's been really good.
Yeah, Gano said, oh no, I'm keeping my job. But Butker found his home in Kansas City, a franchise record for points scored in his first 2 seasons.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. This time they stay on the ground. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. So we've reached halftime here in Oakland with the Raiders on top. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
And a 1st down, Chiefs.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a 1st down.
Kansas City.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
And they'll keep it on the ground with McCoy. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City 1st down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
We got trips over here. Trips over here. There's overload.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. out of the shotgun. It's McCoy. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. His first running back, McCoy. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 28.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and this is what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
A gain of 14.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Eluding the pressure right, and he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Yellow.
It's our time. It's our time.
On 2nd down, it's McCoy. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Yellow.
This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
At the 5-yard line.
They come out here in the I. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. They give it to Williams, running right. And he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Chiefs are once again going to retake the lead. Butker on for the PAT. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Makes the score Chiefs 24, Raiders 20.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. For these Raiders and quarterback Derek Carr, the Chiefs, they have been their kryptonite in the AFC West. With Derek Carr as a starter, just 2-8 against KC, 2-6 before Mahomes became the starter. Well, the road not likely to get any easier anytime soon. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A Raider first down, 17 yards. That toss play right, we know it's one of the successful plays they have in their arsenal, and they showed you why there.
And remember, in order for it to be successful, because it's a little bit of a slower developing play, those blocks at the line of scrimmage have to be kept, have to be held so that the runner can get to the corner and turn it upfield.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From midfield, here's Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Now, the stiff arm created some space initially, but he's taken down not long after. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
93.
44's the mic. 44's the mic. I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. It's caught. Jones. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Jacobs. Down right around the 25. Morris Claiborne makes the play defensively.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight ones. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side, and he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Carr now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Recon, 152 fighter. Express. Motion. Raider 9. Mike 50. All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. 80 weapon. Hey, let's get there. Slam.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
2nd and 5 now. Carr. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score. And he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now here's Mahomes. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Maurice Hurst able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And this is caught. That's Watkins. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City 1st.
Let's go.
Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps...
And that's caught inside the 35. Mahomes finding his tight end Kelsey for a big one. 46 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Now a draw play. This is McCoy. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Jacobs now. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. 24th pick in the spring by Oakland was Josh Jacobs. Only rushed for 640 yards last year at Alabama, but when you consider the offensive depth chart they had, it makes it understandable. So young, won't turn 22 until February, and they're really hoping that the veteran presence of 30-year-old Doug Martin can be a guiding light for Jacobs.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Carr. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
This pass from Carr taken in by Waller. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Carr now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Check 52.
Go Chiefs. Run, Raider 1.
Here's Carr. Catch made. It's Moreau. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Check, 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 check.
5 down.
Into the red zone. It's Carr. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Counter play with Jacobs. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far They're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with his first career NFL touchdown, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 15 yards on the play, first down. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
So after the run by McCoy, here's another 1st and 10. Gets this one to Hill. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
To throw is Mahomes. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown. And they've broken our tie here in the final minute. Butker now to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
The score, Chiefs 34, Raiders 27. Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he's into the end zone. Unbelievable. A defensive collapse on the final play. And Charles, they can tie it with a PAT.
I cannot believe that. Well, there's no doubt they just seized the momentum with that one. They can go ahead and kick the extra point here and ride that home wave on into overtime.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now for the all-critical extra point. And And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Emmanuel Ogbah there on the stop. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
Opening drive of overtime and now facing a 3rd down and 6. Big play coming up. To throw his car. Jones has it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
That's another Raiders first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 42-yard line. They run the counter. It's Jacobs. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Kill!
Mike Popo. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. 44th.
Protein spill. 93. 93.
Throwing now is Carr. Looking downfield for Jones. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Morris Claiborne. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I loved one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City 1st down. They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
Here's McCoy. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Again, it's McCoy. And only able to muster a couple, down to about the 27. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1? Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. Everything right now resting on the right foot of Harrison Butker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. We thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goal is from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through. Not
only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it. So for Kansas City, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Oakland, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver, I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the wrist I was never at the end. I would never get this off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, don't want to see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong. Everything I gave and everything I lost. Good things come at a cost. I left it on your head, and when you ever overstay it, your thoughts are never everything you wanted when you want. I'ma take it in the head with the signs of the distort. I'ma leave it on the side. You on the Christ when the breath on this set. Let me speak on behalf of the dead. I'ma leave, I'ma speak. I'm the sick in the head. Come on, come on. Oh, barely my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely my bets are off. Everything was better off. Tell the wrist I was never at the end. I would never get this off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely my bets are off.
I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people and my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no L's.